gnarled tree, what is it in you that speaks to me? What is it in you that knows me well? Is it that you take the sunrise as much as I, or that you dreamed last night of a world I've known? Old gnarled tree.
And it's a reflection on my mother as she became more old and more gnarled and more uniquely herself and more willing to be beautiful in ways that are not considered beautiful to the shallow eye that sees beauty in maybe lesser illuminated ways. But anyway.
Okay, so you put the call out. Describe what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
You played an open mic. You played this precious song. What's the song about, by the way?
This wonderful song, Old Gnarled Tree, which is about a tree. It's about an old gnarled tree, but it's a reflection on something in nature getting old and gnarled and still being beautiful. And it's a reflection on my mother as she became more old and more gnarled and more uniquely herself. She walked that journey, and so out here on the Des Moines River with my friends, we have gathered to release my mother's ashes into the river. And we release her, we release all the complications and entanglements of human beings, including the crazy parts of that. Release of all the complications, release of the negative, release of the things that bound us into freedom. And that's what this ceremony has been.
Let's not forget, if it weren't for these so-called negative parts of the process, none of the goal could have been found.
That's beautiful that you said that,
Yeah,
Tony. And that really deeply reflects something that she really invested in, was very powerfully moved by. And her photographs of trees, of which she did many.
Old gnarled tree, what is it in you that speaks to me? What is it in you that knows me well? Is it that you take the sunrise as much as I, or that you dreamed last night of a world I've known? Old gnarled tree, old gnarled tree, old gnarled tree. Little gnarled wood, you're just half again the hands as high as I. You don't make too big a scratch upon the sky. You point to every possibility with your fingers. Your arms, toes, and eyebrows know a lot. How's your life? Not too hot. Is that a shame? Oh, maybe not. Old gnarled tree, if I were you, I'd have a different view. But from here it looks as though your life will do very nice, very well. For in twisting, turning in response to nature, within and out have come to harmony. Not sweet but true, not just yours, mine too. Old gnarled tree, old gnarled tree, old gnarled tree. The sun upon you transforms you. You're dead but bright, celestial in the light. Is this your requiem we're hearing in the morning, to end the darkness and the chill of night? Old gnarled tree, old gnarled tree, old gnarled tree.
This wonderful song, Old Gnarled Tree, which is about a tree. It's about an old gnarled tree, but it's a reflection on something in nature getting old and gnarled and still being beautiful. She walked that journey, and so out here on the Des Moines River with my friends, we have gathered to release my mother's ashes into the river. And I'm so grateful to my friends for showing up. They were a self-selected bunch of people, and we released these ashes, and with it, it's releasing my mother back to the natural world. Her father went back to the natural world in a similar way, dying in a canoe accident in the Genesee River. He just went right back to the natural world. Healing outcome, release of all the complications, release of the negative, release of the things that bound us into freedom. Estimated at one time that 1% of the city of Madison had taken my mother's photography courses, one or another of them, or several or many of them. And at both when she taught at the University of Wisconsin Extension and after she founded her school, Camera Works, with the best photography teachers and photographers in southern Wisconsin. The soulful way she taught, she was just an open human being, having been through all this and
He brought
deepened by it.
a spirit of non-judgment.
Oh yes, that's non-judgment so strong that when many times she related that a class would be over and somebody would come up to her afterwards and say, I always lose it when I say this, they'd say, can I talk to you? And she was willing, she was always willing. She would stop almost anything to talk to somebody on a dime. Long stories, just amazing. She didn't share them with me quite respectfully because they were confidential. I didn't expect her to. But the fact that people had been drawn to her in this way was very significant. I remember being in Madison area once after I had moved away, talking to somebody who knew her, and they said, oh, you're Mary Allen's son? We love Mary. You know what I said? She was a very, very open, giving person. And my sister Katie made this wonderful comment a couple weeks ago. She said, in this book is preserved the best of our mother. And the awkwardness, that's downstream, that's floated away. Here's the gold, here's the outcome, the harvest, the beauty.
Right.
So we're going to be able to do some splicing and everything. Now look at
Mix it all together. Everybody's filming each other.
Yeah,
Did I miss anything important? I got the top of the bridge. I could hear you
We
guys.
did a walking on water ceremony, but
Which you demonstrated?
cameras can't take this.
I know you can't film that part.
Yeah,
I know it's illegal.
We tried the camera on the water thing, and two of the cameras went in the water, and we decided not to do it. This is my mother's book, Falling Light and Waters Turning. By the way, let me not let this whole thing go by without reflecting on waters turning. Here we are with the waters, and they're roiling up and they're turning as they go by. Waters turning. She had a dream at one point when we lived on the farm, and she woke up kind of scratching her head. Here goes this hat back. She said, you know, I just had this dream last night. I can't figure it out. And she said that in the dream, the answer came, and the answer was, turn the water inside out. And that became a kind of a family joke and a favorite saying of hers, turn the water inside out. It's not that she ever knew what it meant. It's kind of like one of those Zen koans. You're not exactly supposed to figure it out. That's weird. And you were beautiful at the open mic last night. You know, Keaton, you've just come out of the ground like a mushroom in the last few years.
If I give my heart to you, I must be sure from the very start that you will love me more than good. If I trust in you, oh please don't run
beautiful at the open mic last night. Keating, you've just come out of the ground like a mushroom in the last few years. You just get, and by the way, mushrooms, when they come under a sidewalk, they can break up a sidewalk. I got good things to say about mushrooms because my father was a fungus physiologist. Oh yeah, he knew a hen of the woods when he saw one. My mother detested organized religion.
Oh.
She had no use for it. I mean, when she was a kid, some good friend in the neighborhood died, and the pastor at the funeral said, well, we can't really say anything good about this guy because he wasn't a Christian. And that was about all she needed to know about Christianity. She was in the psych ward 4 times and 4 months at a time. In the early days of medications, she had shock treatments, everything you don't want. But she worked so hard on her stuff that she came out of it even with those things. But the water's turning. She had a dream at one point when we lived on the farm. She woke up kind of scratching her head. Here goes this hat back. She said, I just had this dream last night. I can't figure it out. And she said that in the dream, the answer came. And the answer was, turn the water inside out. And I'm extremely grateful to you guys for coming out today. And this was a great woman. And I feel that this gift can bless many people into the future.
Can I bless your mom too?
Oh yeah, Keating, absolutely do.
Good.
Mary North Allen, thank you for your gift to all of us here on planet Earth, the goodness you radiated, the blessing you gave on your son and family. I wish you all the best. God bless you. And I agree with you. Organized religion, forget it. So this is my wish stick. I wish you well.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's the wish stick. For all that she stood for coming true for all the people who knew her and the people who didn't know her directly.
You had this little anecdote that you brought.
Yeah. Well, and here's one more about her before we go on.
Yeah.
She was going through this long recovery, and she went to a psychiatrist for years. Fortunately, my dad's insurance covered it. She wasn't left without, but she worked hard on her issues. And maybe a few years into this, she was at some gathering in the county. It was I don't know what it was, but they were talking about how the town's doing, how the county's doing, or something like this. And somebody said, well, there are these mentally ill people who hang around and they cause trouble or something. And she got up there in the crowd of these nice, respectable people and said, I have had a mental health crisis, and I have been in therapy for umpteen years here, and I'm making the most of it, or not. I am an honorable, decent person, and my husband is a professor at Wisconsin. Whatever she said, she did not duck that. She went right into the eye of that storm, and she said to these people, I'm a full human being, and I'm working on this. I'm making a good thing out of this crisis. There's this old thing that the Chinese word for crisis and the word for opportunity, the character, are fairly similar. She mined the depths of her unhappy psyche until she really had a gift for other people, and she discovered it in photography. She had a feedback relationship with herself for the first time. After she got interested, remember she enjoyed it in college, and she started going down to the community center photography thing and a few lessons with this and that other person. Anyway, she had something coming out in the darkroom, and this image started showing up. She saw this image coming out, and she said, that's me, that's my life. Spoke so clearly to her about her own self, and she had a feedback relationship to herself that she'd never had before. I get that playing the guitar, the classical guitar especially, and I can play scales for 6, 8, 9 hours, 8 most hours I've ever done it, and you know things that I've been trying to figure out. And it was the same with her. She began to have a way of being in touch with herself that she had not had before. Here. Oh, you know what song we could do? This wonderful song, Get Together, that has, I bet we all know that, with the Come On People Now, Smile on Your Brother. Everybody get together. Fear the Way We Die.
Yeah.
You want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
All right, just sing it. Acapella. Okay, how about that? Love is but a song we sing, fear the way we die. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Know that love is on the wing, though you know why. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may come and some may go, we shall surely pass. When the one who left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading on the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your sister, come and everybody get together, try to love one another right now.
Come on, people now.
Smile on your brother, everybody get together,
Try to love one another right now.
If you hear the song I'm singing, you must understand. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. One key unlocks them both, you know, and it's at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your sister, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Right now.